Train to Pakistan by Khushwant Singh. Once upon a time, in the year 1947, a small village called Mano Madra, situated on the border between India and Pakistan, was a peaceful place where Hindus and Muslims lived in harmony. However, as the political situation in the country became more and more tense, communal tensions started to rise. One day, a train arrives in the village, carrying a large number of refugees from Pakistan. The train becomes a symbol of the violence and tragedy that was to follow. Soon after, a murder takes place in the village, and a young man named Jugger is accused of the crime. As the story progresses, the readers are taken on a journey through the lives of various characters in the village who are affected by communal tensions and violence. We meet Hukam Chand, the local magistrate, who is tasked with maintaining law and order in the village. We also meet Iqbal, a young man who is trying to bring peace and harmony to the village. However, as tensions rise and violence erupts, the characters are forced to confront the horrors of the situation. Jugger is arrested and tortured by the police, while the women of the village are subjected to rape and violence. In the end, the violence reaches a climax, with the villagers being forced to flee their homes and seek refuge in a nearby Gurdwara. Through the story, Khushwant Singh portrays the devastating consequences of the partition and the communal riots that followed. He highlights the human tragedy of the situation and the helplessness of ordinary people who were caught in the crossfire. The novel is a powerful and moving portrayal of a dark period in Indian history, offering a deep understanding of the human condition and the impact of political and social upheavals on ordinary people. Some of the key incidents in Train to Pakistan by Khushwant Singh. The arrival of the train. A train carrying refugees from Pakistan arrives in Mano Madra, creating tension in the village and foreshadowing the violence and tragedy to come. The murder of the moneylender. A moneylender is murdered in the village, and Jugger, a young man who has a reputation for being a troublemaker, is accused of the crime. The arrest and torture of Jugger. Jugger is arrested by the police and subjected to brutal torture, despite protesting his innocence. This incident highlights the brutality of the police and their lack of concern for justice. The violence against women. As tensions rise in the village, women are targeted by gangs of men who subject them to rape and violence. These incidents highlight the vulnerability of women in times of communal violence. The flight to the Gurdwara. In the face of mounting violence, the villagers are forced to flee their homes and seek refuge in a nearby Gurdwara. This incident highlights the desperation and fear that people experienced during the partition. The sacrifice of Iqbal. Iqbal, a young man who had been trying to bring peace and harmony to the village, is killed by a mob in an act of senseless violence. His death symbolizes the tragedy and loss that occurred during the partition. Overall, these incidents demonstrate the devastating impact of the partition and the communal violence that followed. The novel is a powerful reminder of the human cost of political and social upheavals. Some of the key characters in Train to Pakistan by Khushwant Singh. Jugger, a young man who is accused of murder in the village. He is known for being a troublemaker and has a reputation for violence. Hukam Chand, the local magistrate who is tasked with maintaining law and order in the village. He struggles to maintain order in the face of mounting communal tensions. Iqbal, a young man who is trying to bring peace and harmony to the village. He is a symbol of hope and optimism in a time of violence and tragedy. Nuran, a young woman who falls in love with Jugger. She is a symbol of the human desire for love and connection in the midst of chaos and violence. Mali, a member of a gang who targets women in the village. He is a symbol of the brutality and violence that characterized the communal tensions. Imam Baksh, the village mullah who tries to maintain peace between Hindus and Muslims. He is a symbol of the power of religion to bring people together in times of conflict. Meet Singh, a Sikh who lives in the village and who helps to protect the Muslims during the communal tensions. He is a symbol of the humanity and compassion that can be found in times of crisis. Overall, the characters in Train to Pakistan represent a range of experiences and perspectives on the partition and the communal violence that followed. The novel is a powerful exploration of the human condition and the impact of political and social upheavals on ordinary people. Train to Pakistan is a powerful and thought-provoking novel that offers a gripping insight into the devastating impact of the partition of India in 1947. Khushwant Singh's writing is both evocative and vivid, bringing the characters and setting to life with striking detail and nuance. One of the strengths of the novel is its ability to capture the complex and often conflicting perspectives on the partition and the communal violence that followed. Singh's characters are not simplistic caricatures, but rather fully realized individuals with their own motivations, fears, and desires. The novel offers a nuanced exploration of the human condition and the impact of political and social upheavals on ordinary people. Another strength of the novel is its unflinching portrayal of the violence and tragedy of the partition. Singh does not shy away from depicting the brutal reality of communal tensions, including the violence against women, the torture of innocent people, and the senseless loss of life. The novel serves as a powerful reminder of the human cost of political and social unrest. Overall, Train to Pakistan is a masterful work of literature that offers a poignant and deeply moving exploration of one of the most tumultuous periods in Indian history. Singh's writing is both insightful and gripping, making this novel a must-read for anyone interested in the history and human impact of the partition of India. Please like, share and subscribe our channel.